Okay, in this lesson we're going to be adding symbols to a map. And so what you want to do is you want to go into D2L and you're going to open up Lesson 13 file and the start file. And then go ahead and save it as your own file so you can put it in your eFolio. And then the other thing you want to do as well, especially since your layout work area needs to be probably recalibrated. You'll want to go to Workspace and Reset Essentials. Okay, so working with symbols. And basically a symbol is an art object that is stored in the Symbols panel. And to find the Symbols panel, you can just go to the window drop-down menu and go ahead and open it up. And as you see, you've got a default symbol panel that shows up, and just like the other panels you work with, depending on what you want to do, you can make new symbols, duplicate symbols, etc. You can view them as thumbnails or as a list. You also have a library available to you with all sorts of other symbols, okay? And generally, unless you start adding symbols to your artwork, the default symbol panel will always be the one to show up on new artwork. Okay, so as far as what the panel is here, this down here again is the library. And this one here is you're going to place a symbol instance. This is when the break line to symbol. One thing about symbols is that when you create a symbol, they're all connected in a group. So if you want to do anything, make any changes, such as to the size or color or style, you would need to break it off or actually create a new symbol in order to add your new characteristics. And we'll be going over that in this lesson. You also have symbol options here, and then this one here is create a new symbol, and then of course delete a symbol. So very similar to the other panels that you work with. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we want to, for now we're just going to choose view, and we're going to shut off the smart guides. And so we go down here and you can see that our smart guides are on right now. We're just going to turn this off while we start the lesson. And then we're going to go ahead and open up the layer panel as well. Okay. And we want to click on the symbols layer because this is what we're going to start working with. And then we're going to make sure that these are all clicked off as well. We don't want the layers showing all the different sublayers. Okay, so when I add a symbol to the document, it's going to put it on the layer I select. So in this project, some of the artwork, such as text and mountains, will be on top of the symbols that I add because we actually find them in art. You can kind of see the mountains are actually put on the text layer right here. Okay, so what we want to do then is in the symbols panel, we're going to click on the library. And so bring this up a little bit. Okay, and we're going to open up the Tiki library. Okay, now what you'll see is the Tiki library will open up as an independent panel. Okay, and you've got a number of different options here. Now, the symbols that are in our default area, if I want to have any of these in the default area, I actually have to, put them onto my artwork and add them in there. So I'm going to position the pointer over the symbol called Tiki Hut, which is this one right down here. Okay, and what we're going to do is I'm going to, using my selection tool, which is the V key on your keyboard, I'm going to drag the Tiki Hut symbol from the symbols panel onto the artboard below the peaks text. Okay, So let's go ahead and just make this a little smaller. And the peaks text is right here, so I'm just going to drag this here. And add it. And now you can see the tiki hut. So what next we're going to do is we're going to resize this hut. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go Option, Shift, and then I'm going to drag the top bounding point of the tiki hut towards the center to make it small. Whoops, we want to make sure we get the tiki hut selected. And basically by holding down my Option and Shift, it's going to keep everything in perspective the same. So you don't have to, we're going to be able to keep its proportions. Okay, so again, that to resize, you hold down the Option and Shift key, and then as you can see, I can resize it anyway, and it will retain its original proportions. Okay. And what I would like you to do again is you're going to take another symbol instance, the tiki hut, and we're going to bring it right to the right of jungle here. Okay. And you'll notice that I had resized it, and if I resize this, these aren't connected. Okay. Okay, but however, what we can do is, you notice I was able to resize it, but watch what happens when we double click. Go ahead and double click, and you're going to get this warning that says any edits to the symbol will be applied to all of its instances. Okay, so when I go into this mode, whatever changes I make in there are also going to affect this other one, whereas when I just resized it on its own, it didn't affect it. So we're going to click OK. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go up to the fill selection, or we're going to actually, before we do that, select the bottom kind of peachy area underneath the tiki hut, and we're going to change that to black. And then in the upper left-hand corner of our artboard, we have the exit symbol editing mode. And now you'll notice that it has also changed the other symbol instance up here to black as well. Okay. Now, of course, I can move these around. I'm just going to move this around so I have the bigger one down here. And we're just going to move this one around. But then what we're going to do is I'm going to actually group these together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Select, Object, or I'm sorry, Same, and then we want to go Symbol Instance. And this is really nice, especially if you have multiple symbols of the same in your image, as you'll see what we do later on. What you can do then is, of course, group them. Okay, and so now they're all connected together. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to the Layers panel. Oh, I just closed it out. Let's bring it back up. And we're going to go ahead and take the symbols box, and we're going to move it on top of the text. And then we're going to click to target, and we're going to lock that up, okay? And then we'll go on with our next activity here. So I'm going to end this part right now, and then we're going to learn how to create symbols.